Good evening, everybody. Thank you so very much for being here. I'm Adam Shekelton. I'm the orchestra director here at WA, and this is our spring concert where we are taking you on a few dances. And it's also an evening to celebrate a few things, but namely our wonderful seniors. First, what we're going to do is we're going to perform some of our MICA repertoire for you. We just went to the MICA Festival, the Massachusetts Instrumental and Choral Conductors Association this past weekend. And both the orchestra and band that went got a silver medal, so before we even do anything, kudos and congratulations to our students. They are happier than their faces look about that. We were thrilled. So we have three pieces that we're required to perform. It can be any genre we like. It has to be under 20 minutes. So what we did is we programmed three different dances. You're going to hear a group of Renaissance dances from Peter Warlock's Capriole Suite. And you can see any of this if you were able to scan the digital program in the lobby. And you can also see all our students recognized by name, which I probably double-checked and made sure I spelled correctly as I'm thinking in real time with you. So we have three Renaissance dances. We have a fire dance by Soon-Hee Newbold, and we're going to finish with a Dance Macabre, which is an orchestra standard. So first up, three dances from Peter Warlock's Capriole Suite. I should have mentioned, please, yes, do feel free to clap at any point that you like during the program. we welcome your applause. They're doing a lovely job up here. So the first one was supposed to be, these are all Renaissance dances, those three were, like I said. And the first one was just gliding, like nobility at court, dignity, regality. The second one, it was supposed to emulate people showing off their attire. So they were supposed to be like a peacock, is the word that I had them write in, and that was the bird that we wanted to represent. And the third was a sword dance, and you heard clashing and all that, people fencing, which is pretty cool. Now we're going to transition. We're going to do a totally different style of dance. This is a fire dance, and what's neat about this is it's in what's called complex meter. So instead of just 1, 2, 3, 4, there's actually a group of 3 at the end. So it goes 1, 2, 3, ba-da-da, 1, 2, 3, ba-da-da, and it feels very different. Soon He Newbolt's fire dance. fun. Fire dance. I love that piece. If you were with us at the winter concert and you're hearing us now, perhaps the biggest difference you notice is, or I hope you notice, is the confidence of the musicians on stage. We are playing as a unified orchestra. They're producing a fabulous sound, and we're having fun doing it, which of course is as important as the rest of it. Now, you see we're doing something atypical here for orchestra, which is switching seats. Typically there's a violin 1 section, violin 2 section, viola, cello, bass. And what I have them do is we switch parts so that we get different chances to play different parts because who knew the violin two part is also important, just like viola, just like cello. So Stephanie here is critically important, but also Henry, hi Henry. Henry's unwilling to wave at me, but is also critically important to this ensemble. So we want to give everybody a chance to be part of the different voices in the orchestra. So our last mica piece is Camille Saint-Saëns, and this is Dance Macabre. You're going to hear some chimes, if you're not familiar with the piece, chimes to indicate the end of the day. You're going to hear, and this was written in the 1800s, the sun setting, the last rays of sunlight, and then you're going to hear a skeleton emerge and dance throughout the night. And then at the end, you're going to hear daybreak, and you're going to hear a rooster crow. Yeah, go ahead. A cheeky rooster signaling the break of day, and then the skeletons have to go away, and then the day returns. It's a really fun piece, classic orchestral rep, and we have a lot of fun with this one. This is Saint-Saëns, Dance Macabre. And that, hopefully you agree with the adjudicators that that was in fact a fabulous performance. Way to go, that was our mica repertoire. Now, some of E Block members, you may transition off stage. We are inviting up, if you haven't seen in your digital program, a different maestro onto the podium. And this maestro is one of our very young students. This is Maestro Isabella Hesse joining us. Isabella wrote a piece of music and was like, hey, Mr. Shekelton, can we play this? I was like, yeah, sure, do you want to conduct it? And she was like, sure. So, Isabella has composed, rehearsed, and is going to conduct this entire piece. I've done almost nothing with this. So, I'm going to step to the side. Isabella, please, take it away.
Thank you, Mr. Shekelton. Hi, everybody. I'm Isabella. I'm a senior here at WestfordCAT, and the next piece you're about to hear is composed by me. So, it's called Modus Lunae, which roughly translates to moods or modes of the moon in Latin. So it's a piece in 3 movements inspired by 3 specific moments or moods that I was inspired by when I was composing this piece over the course of the past year. So the first movement is called Luna. It's named after and inspired by my dog, Luna. She is obsessed with socks, and she likes to run around the house looking for socks. So this is the music I imagine plays in her head while she's looking for socks around my house. The second movement is called Celeste, which translates to heavenly. So it's a bit of a slower movement. It was kind of inspired by that moment in life where everything's really great and everything's super perfect and you never want it to end, but you have that kind of seed of doubt in the back of your head that what if this all comes apart. And then the third movement is called Umbra, which an umbra is the shadow cast by the moon during an eclipse. So I kind of tried to keep that image in mind while I was writing that movement. So it's darker, faster, more angry, and there are some calmer moments, but then it goes right back into kind of a more frantic melody. So I kind of tried to write it as if the umbra of the moon was personified. So huge thank you to Mr. Shekelton and to the orchestra for making this happen. I'm so excited to share this with you all, and thank you all for coming, and I hope you enjoy.
welcome our, yeah, please join us, right? Please join us on stage. It's a party. Speaking of parties, we have 2 encores for you tonight. One of them is listed in the program. The other is not. Our first encore requires your participation as the audience. Little did you know. Like, oh, I'm gonna go watch my kid perform. Nope, you gotta do something. This is Yina. Thank you. Yep. It's Yina's birthday. So, Yina's gift is that we're all going to sing or play in any key you want. Happy birthday. So I'm going to give you 1, 2, and then we're going to go happy. Ready? Pick a key. 1, 2. Before we perform our last piece for you, I would be remiss if I did not take a second, and we spoke about this earlier, but if you are a senior in our ensemble, could you please stand and be recognized? We said right before we went out, don't do this for everybody else. Yes, please be seated. You don't have to do this concert for you. You don't have to do this concert for anybody in the audience, but if you're going to do it for somebody, do it for one of our seniors, because they're the people who have really committed to this program. They have been the rocks, they've been the foundation, taking us forward through, we've seen multiple directors. You've had 4 in 4 years, and here you are, standing, contributing to the ensemble, making sure that this program continues on. So for all the seniors, thank you. Thank you so much. All of the thank yous are in the program. If you didn't get it, scan it on the way out. Thank you to everybody. Mr. Principal Toomey is back here. Thanks, Mr. Toomey, for showing up to support our students. We appreciate you. And everybody else certainly can't happen without you and your support. So, Ethan, I think we are skipping a cue. Thanks to Ethan Mandel for doing lights for us. Beautiful lights here. Yes, please. And we're going to light things up. I'm going to step back here to this drum set. And we were deciding what we were going to play for our encore, and we decided that we would pull out something we played for our step-up concert, what do we call it? Snows and Bows, right, our Snows and Bows concert for the middle school students. This is a Taylor Swift medley. It's called Taylor Swift on Tour. If you enjoy singing, please stay in your seat and sing. Or come up and steal the mic, because I'm going to be playing drum set. Here we go. Congratulations. Please be seated. Thank you so very, very much for coming this evening. We hope you enjoyed your time with us. We certainly enjoyed our time with you. We can't do it without you. Thank you for being here. One more time for them. What a great show. What a great performance. Drive safely. We will see you at the end of June for our, the end of June. No, the beginning of June for our next performance at graduation. Thank you so much. Have a lovely night.